Hello, welcome back to the next installment on the building the porch roof. It's about 6 o'clock in the evening. I did some other stuff today here on the property. Got to catch up on that yard work while we can. Not another chance of rain until Monday, and I don't believe it's a strong chance. But I'm getting the joists or rafters marked out. I'm going to cut them, and I'm going to get prepared for hopefully put my other boards on top for the metal roofing to mount to. I'm getting this prepared. I don't know how much work I'm going to actually do on it tonight. I'm hoping to get these cut out, and even if I don't get started tonight, I can just come out here early in the morning and start putting them in. And I want to get I'm going to be using we got some, I believe it's 3/4 inch plywood. It's either 1/2 inch or 3/4. I'm going to use it to cut strips to put up on the top, put down for my metal to mount to. So between tonight and all the way through Monday, I'm hoping to have a good part of the roof done. I've got some things I got to do, some flashing as I'm going along. So if it wasn't for that, I might be able to get done for sure. We'll just see where we get. The weather been, that's like right now, the sun has gone down behind the trees, but it's still humid outside. The temperature is not too bad. The humidity is not real bad. So once the sun goes down behind the trees, or if it be overcast, which has been mostly sunny all day today, it's not as bad when you're in the shade. But it is still really humid. I got out here this morning about, I think it was 9 or 9:30, or maybe not even that late. And I got a bunch of weed eating done on the dog pen area. And tomorrow, once the sun comes up and dries the dew out, I'm going to take the mower to it again. I'm going to try to get it down to a level where I haven't had it for a while, because whenever it's time to cut it, it rains, and then the grass grows more, and that dampness just stays down in there because the sun can't get to it. So it was a little bit damp this morning when I was weeding. As you see Romeo eating on grass. So got a bunch of food in there. But got that done today, and I got more to do. But I'm not going to film all that stuff. I mean, I don't know how many times I filmed doing yard work. So, as the AC is coming back on, I'm going to get started. And you'll see in a little bit. All right. All right. Got everything cut out. Hopefully they'll all work. If not, I'll just do a little trimming. But I think that's all I'm going to do for today. And I will hit it hard in the morning. We'll see you. I think what's happening is my 2x4s have bowed out some because all my notches are the same. So that one, the last one over here, have to make the notches a little wider to give them fit. And it would be on the last two that are at the worst position on the porch. That's where the steps is at. But it wouldn't be one of my jobs if it didn't go like that. Got all my 2x4 rafters in. You can tell it's a job that I have done, but it'll serve a purpose. I still need to put these two braces up here. I think I'll do that. Right now, I had forgotten to do it. And then I'm going to get my plywood, cut it into probably, I don't know, 4-inch strips. Put them up there for my metal to rest on and to use that for to screw my screws to. But I'm going to do that a piece at a time because I have to come up with some flashing where it's not meeting up with the top of the roof. The main problem we have back here right now is where water it's like a waterfall in front of that door coming off where that little gutter thing on the trailer just doesn't do anything. So I got to get some flashing up there as I go because I don't want to have to climb up on this thing. I'm hoping not to. Try to do it as I go. And not sure yet. I think we had some old shingles down there. So seeing how that works out, I may just put a shingle from underneath that gutter on the roof down onto our roof. See how it works out. All right, I forgot one important part of the framing, and that's the 2 posts I'm putting at the bottom of the steps to go up for a header going across the very end, because you know that's going out probably, that's at least 3 foot. I'm gonna call it 3 foot, and I want some support on that end for especially the winter time, right? I mean, just the roof being there like it is, it's no problem, but you got to think in the winter when we have snow and stuff. So I want some support down there. Now the problem I'm having is I'm not very good with this speed square. And I tried to figure out the angle because my post is going to be cut on an angle. I thought I had it figured out, but it wasn't even close. So then I tried taking it and holding it up there on the side and marking it with the pencil, and it helped. It did a little bit better, but it still wasn't good. So now this is I already had the third time. I'm just taking a little bit off at a time because I've already got my post about 1 inch shorter than what I wanted it, but it's still fine because I'm putting a 2x6 up at the top, so it'll be fine. But it was still off a little bit, so I'm just taking a little bit off at a time to try to get the angle. And when I get that angle right, then I'll mark my other post that I still have to go buy. I don't have another post yet. So, all right. Here's maybe the 4th time is the charm. We'll see. Cutting it with a sawzall because a circular saw, you have to keep going around it, and trying to cut at an angle like this, and it was coming out all crooked. I need a new blade, but this is all I got right now until I go to the store. So I want to get this one cut while I got it on my mind. Let's see what we got here. That is close enough. I had a level somewhere. Oh, here it is. It's really hard to hold this thing up here though. I mean, it's barely off. What I'll probably do is put a shim underneath of it until I get it all mounted, then I'll take the shim back out. But I believe that's going to work. Now, what I would like to do, is drive a lag bolt down in here, or something that I can put down in here, and then drill a hole in here and have this sitting on that, and then screw it. I don't want all the weight pulling down to be on the screws. I don't think that'd be good. So if I can get something in the middle, maybe a piece of rebar, just something I can put down in the middle to keep it from pulling down. All right, well, I've got my pattern now. I can go get my other beam, and then I will mark it, cut it, because it'll be the same. Well, I'm assuming it'll be the same angle. Let me see. Yes, that will work. All right, let's see what we're going to get done next. Dull blade and a dead battery. All right, so what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to drill in the center straight down to put this piece of rebar in. Take it down, and then I'll drill one in my post. That way the post can sit down over it. And that's not to hold it, that's just to keep it from sliding down. And then I'll put screws in. I may have to take a couple. Those are nails, I believe. I don't know if I take them out or not. So, sounds simple. Not sure it will be. So, I'll be doing all that tomorrow sometime. So, we'll see you back in just a few seconds. Otherwise known as tomorrow. Well, okay, it's the next day, and it's not early morning. It is afternoon. It's probably about 2:30. We went to church this morning, and then I had to go get me a bit to drill my holes. So let's get at it here. I don't know if you can see. Not very dark. You can kind of see my line here. I've made a outline of the post, and got an X in the center, and that's where I'm going to put my hole for my piece of rebar. All right. I'm going to have to go off center just a little bit because of a nail here. Don't that figure? Trying to keep it as straight as I can here. That is probably going to be that nail. I'm going right beside the nail. Oh, yeah, maybe not. All right, looks like I get to pull a nail out. More delays. Alright, I need just a little bit more on that if I can get it. See what it looks like. Okay. Too much sawdust. Alright, I finally got it cleaned out enough by taking my bit in and out, screwdriver in and out. So hopefully I got it deep enough. If not, I'll just have to try to take this down a little bit deeper because it's harder to drill that one there. Let's see what it looks like. Alright, I'm going to take it down just a little bit deeper. That's alright. Must be tapped down just a little bit. Tap down about a quarter of an inch or less, maybe an eighth of an inch. I think I did. That's it. All right. Well, you can see what I've been talking about. That's just going to keep that sliding down even if it's screwed in. So now with the rebar in there holding it, I can just screw it off, level it up and screw it off. So that worked out pretty good. Right now, I got to go cool down a little bit. That's not good. I'm hitting the nail that is under here. Let me get my rebar and see how far down that is. It's not very far though. Okay, what I did was just moved up about a ½ inch. Go a hole past that nail that I was hitting. So this post will end up sitting up just a little bit. Nothing I can do about it. I'm just gonna leave it where it is. All right, there it is. It looks like it's, like I thought, about a ½ inch. About a ½ inch different than what I thought it was going to be. But it'll work. So now I'll just get it screwed in and leveled up. All right, I've got it screwed off the best I can. It's not going to be, they're not going to be exactly level right now because it's just the way they're sitting on these banisters, handrails, whatever you want to call them. So, but I got them both mounted. Still pretty solid. But what I'll do is when I put my 2x6 up here, I'm going to be notching just like I did on the other posts. Except this one's going to be on an angle because of the roof slope. But as I want to stress from before, where I've got this span here that is, hold on a second, I will tell you. Excuse the camera for a minute. It is about 3.5 foot, it's just over 3.5 foot span. So that's why I wanted another support here for when we have snow and whatnot. And I may end up putting some kind of fascia just across this side. I don't know yet. That's not important. That'll just be for cosmetic. But I've got them all screwed in, 2 screws on each side. I'll mess with it tomorrow as I get it mounted. I'll level it all up best I can, make it look the best I can. It'll look good for a country property. So I get my 2x6 up here, then I will be cutting my plywood strips to put up for my, I call runners, to screw my or nail my metal to. I'm gonna do it one sheet at a time I believe they're 3 foot wide. And I'm gonna, whatever they're not, if they're not 8 foot long, I'm gonna cut them 8 foot long. Then I'll put a piece up there. I'll put a piece of whatever kind of flashing I come up with. We think we got some roofing shingles down there. If we do, I'm just gonna put roofing shingles up there on a slope, caulk it however I need it, and move on. So my goal is to at least have the roof done to where the edge of the steps is. Well, actually, my goal is to have the whole thing finished tomorrow, but I've got some other things I need to get done around the house. So there's a chance of rain Tuesday all the way through the end of next weekend, this time next weekend. So as you can guess, I need to try to get some yard work done. But the yard work that I'm thinking about doing, it's not going to take long to do it. So anywho, we will see you in the morning. All right, starting to rain. I didn't think it's supposed to rain until way later. Actually, it feels kind of good on me, but I'm gonna get out of the rain and see in a little bit. Okay, framing's done, except for some screws here or there. So this video's been going on for a while, so I'm going to consider this one over because the weather is going to be off and on the rest of the day, rain or sunshine. So I've got some other things I still need to get done around the house. I've got to go run into town. So this is a good stopping point because I have the framing ready. I may in the end put some braces coming from here down, but I really don't want to mess up somebody grabbing on the rail. That would be kind of in the way. I really think it's steady enough. So I've got some fine tuning to do on things. So on the next video, we'll be starting on cut plywood strips. I've got some, I believe it's either 1/2 inch or 5/8 plywood sheets. I'm just going to take one sheet and we'll cut 4-inch strips and put on the top and screw my metal down to it. So that will be next week. So hopefully we can get that done next week and have the whole thing done. We will see. So appreciate you watching. So just keep coming back. If you like the videos, please hit the like button. And if you hadn't subscribed, we hope you do. Hope you come back. God bless. Have a good week.